Now the request was made for me to repeat the observation, but this time from side to side in the hangar. So that's what I did. So yesterday I was at the hangar and I repeated the experiment, this time across the floor and looking at different objects, not using a light. It was requested that I not use a light, that I use different objects. So that's what I've done. And I've placed this can of degreaser, and there are a couple of witches' hats and several other objects which I discuss in the actual video. But the important thing to note here is with this can of degreaser, there is a very thin silver strip at the base. And even from 40 meters away, with the camera right on the ground, you can see that quite clearly. Now, the camera I used was the B700. There it is alongside the P900. And I chose that camera because the center point of the lens is lower to the ground, only by a slight amount, but we're trying to make it as honest as possible, getting that camera as low as possible. So that camera was right on the ground, zooming in across a flat hangar floor to see if anything actually disappeared. Now you'll notice on the witch's hat there's a gap, but even under that gap there's a very slight further gap underneath the plastic, which you can see quite clearly from 40 meters away. So this demonstration once again is showing very clearly that on a flat surface nothing is being hidden, and yet we've just demonstrated that the hidden amount of the oil rig matches the Earth curve formula nicely.
So I want you to observe that metal can. You can see the red part at the base and even the silver rim at the very base of the can. Just pan around, you can see under those orange witches' hats, and you can fully see the support stand for that hose. Now I'm currently 40 meters away in the same hangar as I did my previous perspective experiment, and this time I'm using the B700, and it's currently at maximum digital zoom. So I'll just zoom out. Okay, you can see those objects are on the ground, and I'll go over there with the phone shortly and do a close-up of them. So that absolutely nothing is hidden. I'm going to zoom out, and I do have to pan left because there are a couple of aircraft in the hangar and I don't want to show those in the video. Okay, so it's about 40 meters. Zooming in again. Nothing is obscured. This is a flat surface on the hangar floor, and I'm doing it sideways across the hangar as requested on one of my previous videos. Nothing is hidden at all.
So there's the camera on the ground, maximum digital zoom, and the bit of paper was just to angle it correctly so it can see the object on the other side of the hangar. We'll just walk across, and as I said, it's about 40 yards, 40 meters. So there are the objects. You can even see that metal rim at the base of the can. You can see the gap under the witches' hats. You can see the stand for that hose quite easily. Nothing is blocked across a flat surface.